Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to tackle the elephant in the room for Marvel Strike Force. Red stars, probably the thing that was the biggest controversy for Marvel Strike Force to my recollection. And mind you, I have not been playing every single day, but this is definitely a controversy that kind of trickled over the other games, so we heard the news. And the best way I can describe red stars is that you better hope that
the odds be ever in your favor.
The odds are ever in your favor. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go into some good general discussion of red stars. What does red stars actually do? How do you get red stars for your characters? And what are the best ways, and the best method, I should say, to use your red star orbs? Because you just don't want to be spending them like it's no one's business and you have an infinite amount, because red stars are super valuable and they're kind of hard to come across. And today's kind of a time-sensitive video, which is going to tie into our little strategy guide for using your red star orbs. So we'll talk about that in a moment, but let's just talk briefly in general. What does red stars do for your character? I unlocked red stars, I don't know, maybe about a month ago or so, and it's definitely a big jump. When you're a beginner player, you're just learning the game, you're learning the ropes, and all of a sudden they throw this big power jump on you once you hit a certain level. And in general, I mean, there's a couple core attributes in this game that are being measured. The main stats really in this game are health, damage, armor, focus, and resistance. And a little pro tip, if you don't know what those mean, click on that little squiggly health line up here, and they kind of describe what each of those do. Armor reduces incoming damage by this amount. The focus is the capability to apply effects to a target. Negative status effects, debuffs, whatever you want to call it. Resistance is the capability to resist defects. Every character has a certain not everyone has the same exact stats. Some characters have more armor, some characters have more focus, some characters have more damage, some characters have more health. It all depends on the role and the way a character was designed. And keep in mind, the yellow stars that you're already farming to level up a character, they're independent of the red stars. I mean, you get your yellow stars by simply farming for a character, but red stars are only found through the whole red star orb system. And they're kind of their own little thing. You can have 1 to 7 red stars, and depending on how many red stars you get, that is how much those stats we talked about, health, damage, armor, focus, and resistance, get amplified by. So obviously the crown jewel is getting a 7 red star orb, which gives you plus 75% stat increases to all these lovely stats that we just read here. But the fact of the matter is, because red stars are a statistical nightmare, the chance of you getting a 7 red star orb, and even mind you, a useful 7 red star character, are very, very slim. It makes a huge difference. You're attacking dealing characters. If they get high red stars, they can put even more damage out, like the Punisher, or for example, Rocket Raccoon. These are characters that really appreciate high red stars. Maybe even some characters that are really beefy, tanky, high health characters, they would love more red stars that are even more even tankier, like let's say Juggernaut. They're just so important, and sometimes they make or break a character. When I hop into my arena, sometimes you see people throw in characters that are just mediocre, but because they have so many red stars, they throw it into their arena team because they're just so much more powerful than a lot of other 3-4 star red characters. And another thing is, you could have a 7 red star character but only a 3 yellow star character, and keep in mind, if you have 7 red stars but only 3 yellow stars, you can't access those other 4 red stars. You actually have to level up your character to the corresponding things. So let's say I had a 7 red star Luke Cage, but I only have 5 yellow stars, so I'm only taking advantage of, let's say, 5 red stars on Luke Cage. So if you happen to get a 7 red star orb, let's say I got it on Daredevil, you got to level up the character to 7 yellow stars to appreciate that full 7 red stars on them. I think a great example is right here. I have War Machine only at 3 yellow stars, but I have a 4 red star War Machine. But as you see, you got that little gray red star right there. That means I do not have a 4 yellow star character, so I am not enjoying that last little 4th red star right there. So that's just this is just kind of a general overview on what red stars is, what do they do to your character, and how do they interact with yellow and red stars together. But I think the thing you guys really want to know is, what is the best way to farm red stars? At least for me as a beginner, these are so valuable and it's hard to come across them. Really, we're going to talk about some pro beginner tips in another video, but one of the best ways to get red stars is by just making sure you log in every day, because if you keep logging in every 7 days, you're going to get 10,000 of these red star orb fragments, which I believe comes out to be about 10 orbs or something like that. I can't remember the exact math off the top of my head. So you want to try to log in as much as you possibly can, because you get a lot of red star materials. Like, see, even in the daily login for the month, you're not getting any red stars. You have to sign in every single day for the weekly login challenge, and it has to be consecutive days as well. You have to keep logging in. And of course, there are packs packs as well. I don't really like a lot of the packs in the game. I think they're very overpriced, but you could buy some red star packs here and there. Let's see if we can find one. Yeah, like, so you can get some packs here, but then my personal opinion, I don't really spend in this game because I don't feel like the packs have a lot of value for beginner players. So my best advice, free to play advice, just log in every day and then you'll get red star orbs. Oh, and another way you could farm these red stars is by doing things like blitz. Right now there's a blitz going on. This is how you can earn extra currency for your red stars. So that's another way of doing it, but you only can bring in 4 to 7 star characters for this particular blitz. So this leads us to our conversation. When should you use your red stars? Because when the game introduces you to them, it kind of makes you feel like, oh, just keep opening them up like a premium orb. You just go in there, you just keep opening up when you have them, and there's no timing thing when it comes to these milestone orbs, for example. When it comes to red star orbs, you really, from what I've been taught, thanks to shout out to OMG Mobile Gamer, however you might know him, he actually gave me this tip when I first ran into red stars. He's like, the best advice he could give to me for red stars is that you just stockpile them until a character gets an increased stat of dropping. So we're going to talk about the mathematics here. It's a mess, but as you see, here comes the breakdown. There's like several layers of the math here. First of all, it's going to calculate what star you're going to get. Are you going to get a 2-star, 1-star, 3-star, 4-star, 5-star? So most of the percentages is kind of landing between 3 and 2 stars. So majority of your characters are going to land around that point. 4 is kind of like the goal you really want to shoot for at the minimum. And then as you see, 5 red stars, only 1%, 6 red star, only 0.25% dropping, and a 7 red star orb, only 0.05% of dropping. This is why people got upset, because they leveled up these characters through their yellow stars. Now they added another layer, and if you don't have that extra layer, your character isn't as good anymore. But let's look at the math even further. So let's say you happen to get lucky, you landed at 0.05% chance of getting a 7 red star character. Then it does another lottery. It's a lottery within a lottery system here, and as you see, you only get like a 0.83 chance that it's going to be one of these characters listed in here. And it's obviously the math is not really like, if you want like that 7 red star Rocket, Raccoon, or Punisher, probably not gonna happen. If it does, you get on the ground and thank your lucky stars. The time to use it is when there's a special going on, and right now Invisible Woman is that special. So make sure you read those inbox notifications you get that tells you there's gonna be some red star changes. And right now there's a 10% chance that Invisible Woman is going to drop in any of these stars. So let's say it's 7-star, it could also be 6-star orb. So the point is, when there's a special, that is when you want to start using your red star orb. So you hoard. There's a special 10% drop for whatever character it might be. Let's say Mysterio, Graviton just had a special. Now it's going to be Invisible Woman. That is when you're going to want to open up these red stars right here. So, and we're going to open up some red star orbs together. We're going to kind of go through the math, and basically you're going to keep opening up orbs until you get some sort of drop for Invisible Woman, and then you stop. And then you save up the rest and you use them for next time. So let's see what we can do here. We're gonna run through it. Hopefully we get something, or else this is gonna be a very miserable video, I think. So here we go, opening away here. First orb drop right here, only 1 star. So as you remember, it does 2 lotteries. First, what star character are you gonna get, and then it's gonna do what character within that orb of 1 star are you gonna get. And we didn't get anything too special. Sabretooth, nothing too special. 1 star, not gonna help me out too much. Next orb right here, and there we go. Technically, I should be happy. I kind of got that statistical average of 3. I had hoped for 4 stars. This actually worked out great in my favor. We can kind of stop right here. We got a 10% stat boost. And I mean, I would stop here. That's what I've been told. But we're going to open up. Let's just open up like 5 more so you can kind of see how it works, because there's also another layer. Because in case in a situation you get a duplicate, it's going to create these like tickets that you see up here. These tickets up here that you can use to get specific characters to specific red stars of your choosing. So let's keep opening. Hopefully we get a duplicate of some sort. 2 red star Venom here. And I mean, the good thing is, as you're opening up orbs, let's say you keep opening, you're waiting. Oh, look at that. We got Mr. Fantastic 3 stars. Not too bad. But let's say you keep opening up these orbs, you're hopefully going to get red stars for other characters. So like, see, I have a 2-star Iron Fist. I use Iron Fist every day. If you haven't checked it out, check out my video the other day on the best first characters to farm. Iron Fist is one of them. I want some duplicates. Here we go. So we got a duplicate red star. I already had a 1 red star thing not too long ago, and when you bump up to the next red star for that character, it's going to give you some extra credits for what's called Elite 4 credits. And then if you clicked enough of them, you could open up Elite 4-star orbs, or what I'm going to show you today. I don't know if the Elite red star orbs are going to be all that helpful. Let's go ahead and promote some of these characters right here. We got a 2 red star Iron Fist. That is going to be very helpful for me to increase his stats, and especially his health. Increasing his health and damage is going to be fantastic for Iron Fist. Let's level up Venom. Nothing out. He's not on my to-do list anytime soon, but I am working on my Mantis to try to get my Guardians up and running, so I do appreciate that. I mean, it's not a character that I'd rather have that 2 red star or 3 red stars on someone else, but hey, I'm going to eventually build up a Guardian team so it doesn't bother me too much. So when you get duplicates, you want to click on this Elite tab up here. And here it's kind of a randomized thing to an extent. But what you can do is you can convert these tokens right here into promotion credits, or you can open up an elite 4-star orb, which this orb right here would guarantee you a 4-star red star promotion or better, but it's going to be for a random character. Whereas here, I like to convert my currency into this right here. So let's go and spend a couple of them. We got 1. Let's go keep spending it. And generally what I try to do is I try to save up a bunch of these, because eventually there might be a character in the supplies that pops up, and I try to save up enough. You need 50 of these little tokens up here to get a 4-star character. So let's say one day, I don't know, let's just say Iron Man. I'm just gonna throw Iron Man out there, for example. Or let's say Star-Lord. You see a 4-star Star-Lord in here. You can use the currency you have and specifically get the characters you want instead of playing that double layered lottery that I just showed you a moment ago. So there's kind of 2 ways to get your characters up to red stars. You have the whole red star orbs, and then you get the duplicates, which I recommend converting into this currency right here, this promotion currency. And then you kind of just check the shipments every once in a while when you have about 50 of these tokens and see if there's a 4 red star character that you can use. And maybe we'll talk about a guide on what characters are going to benefit the most from red stars if you're trying to pick who to pick out of this shipment here. But that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be your red star overview. It's a very overwhelming task for beginner players, but once you understand the mathematics and the fact that everyone's playing this double layered lottery and that not everyone's gonna, it's basically impossible to have complete 7 red star characters. It's going to be super expensive to even get to that chance. It's playing the lottery over and over and over again. It's basically trying to win like a $1 million lottery several million times. Overall, it's an important mechanism, but just save up your red star currency, and then once there's a 10% special for a character, open up orbs, open up to the point where you finally get the drop of that special character. Stop, save, rinse, and repeat with the same cycle over and over again. And ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for today's video. Red stars. Definitely, it's not my favorite part of the game, but I want to try to make sure if you're at that point of reaching red stars, or maybe you've been seeing red stars for a while and you haven't understood it, hopefully this kind of gave you a bit more insight as to how red stars work, and maybe gives you a little bit of structure so you can make your red star farming a little bit more consistent, I suppose. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like if you did enjoy, comment down below your thoughts. Be sure to subscribe so you're not missing a thing if you're looking for some more beginner and fun content, and I'll talk to all the other people in the next video. Peace out, everyone.
Party Richter, Party Richter. Get down, 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 down. Party Richter, Party Richter. Son of a bitch. Party Richter, Party Richter. Get down, down, down.